Welcome to my channel Get Tired. I'm your host Manik Senanayake. Now, if you've gone to a proper interview or a decent interview or a comprehensive or a professionally conducted interview, you should have been exposed to three forms of question. Now, there are different many classifications or categorizations, the type of questions that you get in a job interview. Or if you really summarize it, it falls into three categories. One is behavioral based questions, other one is competency based questions, skill based or technical based questions, and of course situational questions. Now, when you look at the behavioral questions, these are non-hypothetical situation. It's an actual situation from your past experience. It tests or assesses your aptitude and your work ethics and also your attitude and your soft skills, kind of how you go around doing what's your mentalities, and basically the trustworthiness of the candidate, integrity. So you need to get that questions right, because that really forms the essence of companies' value systems. Number two is basically situation-based questions. Now, situation-based questions are basically hypothetical questions, which is get the candidate off guard. Suddenly he throws you a situation and you need to explain that. So you try to assess your intuition, your impulse, ability to make decisions correctly, your decision making process, and your innovations and your creativity. So it's got to do with how quickly you can react to situations, look at all the options available, choices available, evaluate options, connect with people, and to come up with the best solution. So that assesses a particular aspect of your skill set. And then of course we have the competency based questions, which basically directly deals with the competency, skills, and the functions and the experiences of the job role which it is advertised. So these are the three forms of questions that you get if you really summarize all forms of questions in a job interview. Now, there is a golden rule that is applicable to all these three questions. That is, whenever there is an opportunity to draw examples, it has to match the job role, because you can have one of the best exemplary achievement, but it has no significance to the interviewer if you can't see or connect that particular achievement with the job functionalities. So you got to match the role and the experience and the competencies you bring in. So in that way, whatever example, especially in a behavioral situation or even the competency based questions, you need to make sure that at least come close to, even if it's a different industry, at least then show the transferable skills that are bringing into the table. So that's very important thing that you need to be mindful of. And of course, the underlying issue here is that whether you have what it takes to understand the pain that they're trying to solve and come up with the solutions. Because in all of this, you need to make sure that you give the triggers and the elements for the interview to visualize in the position, right? So that he will see you in the role, and then that will create relevance. Especially behavioral questions, there's an approach that we use to explain. We call it the STAR method. That is where STAR stands for situation, task, actions, and results. That basically you share very briefly the situation, what led to that particular circumstance very briefly, and then very clearly share what's the task at hand, how you achieve, and then the results. And sometimes you can use that to competency based questions also. Now you need to understand is all these questions come very random, sometimes it overlaps. So the interviewer doesn't say, okay, these are behavioral questions, this is situational competency. So you need to really respect and value on his merit, and then have that usual natural flow. You need to really practice really well all these three forms of questions. There's a definite one of them even will come in any of the interviews, if not three. So let me just share with you a few examples of these three types of questions, so that you have a rough idea what sort of questions and how to approach. So a behavioral question will come in the form of, tell me about a time when you handled a challenging situation. I had a project to deliver involving multiple cross-functional teams from HR, finance, marketing, legal, to develop a national-wide launch activity with specific tasks shared with each member. I went through setting up milestone plans, scheduled regular meeting calendars to review update with each stakeholder. And our efforts were rewarded, and we were praised by the region and we were recognized. A situational question would come in the form of, you know that a colleague has made a mistake at work, but as far as you are aware, only you have spotted it. What do you do? I would first assess the situation, make sure that I am correct in my judgment. Then I would follow any internal protocols for handling the situation, such as contacting my boss directly before taking it any further. Otherwise, I would calmly approach the subject with the individual and let them know what I think has happened, what the impact of the mistake could be, how it could be resolved, and what I could do to help. A competency-based question would be, can you explain to me what sort of sales strategy that you use to increase the market share by 36% to 42% within a span of 5 months? We conduct a dealer distribution promotion, which was the best at the time over competition. And we got our sales space right and of course point of sale awareness right. And at the same time, we also designed with the marketing team a promotional drive to the consumer, and that complemented our effort. And also we increased our numeric distribution through careful route planning, and we expanded our current distribution from 62% to almost 73%. And from that, we also conducted trials for consumers in pre-identified locations, which increased the product penetration. So there you go. That's how you should approach these 3 forms of question. So the key takeout is make sure that you create relevance in every single example, and make it natural so that you connect with the employee and give them the emotional hooks and other elements for him to visualize you in the role. So that way there is a lot of connectivity and greater buying in. So if you like this video, please put a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel, Get Hired. Please go ahead and share this video with your friends. And there are so many other clips in my video channel. Please visit them. And thank you for watching. See you soon.